So our next task is to create instances of pill, and we need to create the objects of type pill in the if statement that we just created. So here's our if statement that we created. It is mod 6 because the loop is iterating 60 times a second. So this would make 10 pills appear every iteration, every second. So let me change that to mod 10 so that it's 6 pills every second, because 60 divided by 10 is 6. And so we're going to go ahead and add the construction of a pill right in there on line 130. So how do we do that? We can make a variable, local variable called pill, and say equals, and then the constructor, so capital pill, name of the class. Now the question is what data does the constructor for pill need to make a pill? And so we look up here and we take a look at the constructor. That's the init function, or the init method, and we have self. That's the pill that's being created. And what does it need? It needs an x value and it needs a density value, right? So the x value is going to be the x position of the pill on the screen, and the density value is going to correspond with how valuable that pill is when you eat it. So that density is going to be a value from 1 to 4, with 1s being more common and 4s being rarer, but add more value to your density. So our x value, notice here that we do not have a y position, right? So why do we not have a y position? Because all of the pills are going to start at the same location at the top of the screen, right? So we can go ahead and set that up. We come on down here. What is going to be our x position? Well, if we pretend that this screen is our game playing, right, and we have one player who's on the left side of the screen, this area here, right, what are the possible x value positions, or the x positions? I guess that's a better way to say it. So let me come back over here and let me change this to be x pos. So what are the possible x positions that we should have our pill exist between? And that would be this side here, which is 0 on the x-axis, all the way to here, which is the middle of the screen, right? But not the middle of the screen exactly, or else the pill might appear on the right side of the screen, right? On the left edge of the right side of the screen. So we want to go from 0, which would have the pill appear on the left side of the screen, to the middle of the screen minus the width of the pill. Alright, so let's go ahead and try that. So we would need to have a random number. Let me come over here and grab this expression, and we can put it right in there, right? So what is this going to do? It's going to get a random number between 0 and the width divided by 2, that's half of the screen, minus the pill's width. So yeah, I guess we need to make a pill width variable, and let's go ahead and say pill width, and we will set that pill width to 7. Okay, and I guess we can make a pill height variable as well, and we'll use it right here. Pill height. Okay. So I'm going to say pill width is equal to 7, and I'll say pill underscore height is equal to 25. Okay, so it looks good. And of course we're using that pill width and height when we make the surface for a pill, right, so that it's the right size. And we're also going to be using it down here when we're creating our pill. Okay, great. So now that we've made our pill, I don't think there's much else for us to do. Let's say, yeah, we're creating instances of pill. That's all we're doing. And we still haven't drawn them on the screen yet. So that's going to be the next task, is we're going to draw them onto the screen. So if we come over here and I hit the run button, you'll notice that, ooh, what's wrong here? So we have Oh, okay, that's right. Oh, I'm sorry. So here is the X position, right? But if you recall, the pills constructor also takes in an X value density, which is a random number from 1 to 4, right? With 1s appearing more often and 4s appearing less often. So I'm going to grab this expression here. I'll put it here, and let me explain this a second. So we have random choice, and what does random choice do? Well, it's as if you take a bag and you put all of these numbers into the bag. Random choice is going to randomly pull one of those letters out of the bag. Right? So you can see here that we have 1s that appear more often than 2s, and 2s appear more often than 3s, and 4s appear the least often. So every iteration of this loop, whenever this statement is true, it's going to generate a random X position, and it's also going to generate a random number from 1 to 4, with 1s appearing more often and 4s appearing the least often, right? And of course these are letters here, right? So we need to go ahead and typecast them as an int to turn them back into numbers before we can send it to the pill constructor. Okay, so that's about it. Let's go ahead and run this and see what happens. All right, well, here we go, and there's no difference, right, in our game, and that's because we haven't created a pill group, we haven't added the pills to the pill group, and we haven't blitted them onto the screen, right? So we'll do that in the next video.